The Making of National Movement 1870s to 1947 is the 8th and the last chapter of Class 8 NCERT History. Part 4, the last segment of the chapter, captures the climax of India's freedom struggle, when protests turned into mass movements and hopes turned into determination. From Purna Swaraj to Quit India, every step brought India closer to freedom, though the dawn of independence came divided. The topics that will be explored in this video are number 1, Simon Commission, number 2, Purna Swaraj, number 3, March to Dandi, number 4, the Government of India Act 1935, number 5, Quit India and later, number 6, Subhash Chandra Bose and INA, number 7, Towards Independence and Partition, and at the end, number 8, some important questions for recap. Simon Commission. Lord Reading, the Viceroy of India from 1921 to 26, believed that the growing national movement could be suppressed if some constitutional reforms were carried out. So the British government appointed a commission under Sir John Simon in 1927. The main purpose of the Simon Commission was to take a decision on self-government for India. But not a single Indian was included in the commission. The Indians all over the country thus decided to boycott the commission. The Indians viewed the exclusion of any Indian representation in determining their own constitutional future as a deliberate disregard for Indian aspirations. When the Simon Commission arrived in India in 1928, it was greeted with demonstrations, black flag and the slogan, Simon Go Back. The Commission's visit thus acted as a catalyst. The intense repression of protests, including lathi charges, served to galvanize public opinion against British rule. Purna Swaraj. The protests brought a new generation of leaders to the forefront, including Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose. They were deeply influenced by the Russian Revolution of 1917 and the ideas of socialism. The Lahore session of the Indian National Congress, held in December 1929 under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, was a landmark event where the party adopted the resolution for Purna Swaraj, complete independence. This session officially hoisted the tricolour flag on the banks of Ravi and paved the way for the civil disobedience movement. January 26, 1930 was declared as the first Independence Day, Purna Swaraj Day, which was to be celebrated across the nation, fostering a direct challenge to British rule. The March to Dandi. In 1930, Gandhiji declared his intention to lead a march to break the salt law. According to the salt law, the state had the monopoly on manufacture and sale of salt. Gandhiji said it was sinful to tax salt since it is an essential item of our food. Thus Gandhiji and his followers marched from Sabarmati to Dandi, the coastal town where he broke the government's salt law by boiling seawater to produce salt. It not only reflected a specific grievance but a general desire for freedom. Women, tribal and peasants participated in large numbers. The Dandi March marked a turning point in the history of India's freedom struggle as women in large numbers stepped out of their homes and into the heart of the freedom movement. Thousands of women from urban and rural areas broke social norms to participate in the Dandi March. They shattered the notion that women were confined to domestic sphere, made salt and marched in the protest. Sarojini Naidu was one significant leader of Dandi March. The government used brutal force against the Satyagrahis. The Government of India Act 1935. In response to intense nationalist pressure, the Government of India Act 1935 was passed. The Government of India Act 1935 was a major constitutional reform designed to create an All India Federation and grant provincial autonomy. Thus, it was aimed to maintain British control while increasing Indian participation. The government announced elections for provincial legislatures in 1937. In the election, the Congress formed government in 7 out of 11 provinces. Second World War broke out in September 1939. The Congress leaders agreed to support the British war efforts in return for a promise of independence. However, when the British government refused to concede this demand, the Congress ministers resigned in protest. Quit India and later, in the midst of the Second World War, Gandhiji launched the Quit India movement in 1942, demanding that the British leave India immediately. He urged the people to rise in a united struggle and gave his immortal call, do or die. It was a call to fight for freedom with determination, but through the path of non-violence. Gandhiji and all other leaders were arrested immediately, yet the movement spread across the country. Peasants and youth joined in large number, attacking symbols of British authority. The British responded with extreme force. In many areas, orders were given to fire upon unarmed crowds. Despite this severe repression, the spirit of resistance remained unbroken and ultimately brought the British Raj to its knees. Thus, the Quit India movement proved that the spirit of resistance no longer depended on leaders. Every single Indian had now become a determined fighter for freedom. This unwavering determination of the masses deeply alarmed the government and shook the very foundation of the British authority in India. Subhash Chandra Bose and INA, a radical nationalist with socialist leanings, Subhash Chandra Bose or Netaji did not share Gandhiji's ideal of ahimsa. Netaji transformed the Indian National Army or Azad Hind Fauj into a potent military force after taking its command in July 1943. He raised the morale of his army through slogans like Jai Hind and Give Me Blood and I Will Give You Freedom, and transformed INA into a symbol of armed resistance. The INA's attempt to enter and liberate India with the help of Japanese army in 1944 failed due to the overwhelming superiority of the Allied forces. Meanwhile, the military defeat of Japan in Second World War led to the surrender of INA. Thousands of INA soldiers were taken prisoner by British Indian Army. The trials meant to punish the soldiers sparked massive public sympathy, anti-colonial sentiments, and accelerated the end of British rule. Towards independence and partition. From 1930s, Muslims started viewing themselves as a separate nation due to fears of political marginalization in a Hindu-majority India. The following factors contributed to the growing rift between the Indian National Congress and the Muslim League. Number 1. In the provincial election of 1939, Indian National Congress won majority of seats, which made the Muslim League think that they will always have to play the second fiddle to Hindus in any democratic system. Number 2, moreover, in 1937, Congress rejected the League's demand to form a joint government in the United Province. This annoyed the League and created a rift. Number 3, the Congress's failure to mobilize the Muslim masses in 1930s allowed the Muslim League to widen its social support among the Muslims. It further enlarged the support in 1940s when majority of Congress leaders were in jail. Number 4. In 1945, the negotiations between the Congress, the League and the government for independence of India failed because the League demanded exclusive right to nominate all Muslim members to the Viceroy's Executive Council. Number 5. In elections of 1946, Congress dominated the general constituencies while the Muslim League swept the Muslim seats and intensified its demand for Pakistan. The 1946 Cabinet Mission Plan. The 1946 Cabinet Mission Plan was a British initiative aimed at transferring power to Indian leadership. The key proposal of the mission were: Number 1. India should remain united as one country with a weak central government controlling only defense, foreign affairs and communications, while most powers would be given to provinces. Number two, it suggested dividing the provinces into three groups so that each group can manage its own affairs with a degree of autonomy. Number three, a constituent assembly would be formed to frame the constitution. And number four, an interim government with members from major political parties would run the country until independence. The cabinet mission of 1946 was rejected by both the Congress and the League because the Congress opposed the grouping of the provinces and wanted a strong central government, while the League was unhappy as the mission did not grant a separate Pakistan. Direct Action Day, 16th August 1946. Muslim League now decided on mass agitation and declared 16th August 1946 as the Direct Action Day. On this day, riots broke out in Calcutta, resulting in the death of thousands of people. By 1947, the violence spread to different parts of northern India. Millions of people were reduced to the status of refugees and a new country, Pakistan, was born. India got her freedom on 15th August 1947, but the independence came shadowed by the pain of bloodshed and partition. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, an ambassador of Hindu-Muslim unity till 1920, played a major role in reorganizing the Muslim League and the creation of Pakistan. However, several prominent Muslim leaders strongly opposed the partition of India. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, famously known as the Frontier Gandhi and founder of Khudai Khidmat Gar, stood firmly against division and championed unity. Maulana Azad, a distinguished Islamic scholar and a powerful advocate of Wahadat-e-Din, the essential oneness of all religions, strongly opposed Jinnah's two-nation theory. Chakravarti Rajgopalachari, a veteran leader of the Salt Satyagraha in the south, became the first Indian Governor General of Free India. Finally, freedom dawned on India on 15th August 1947, but it came with the pain of partition of the country. India was free, but Pakistan was born. Thus, independence arrived as both a triumph and a moment of deep sorrow. Some important questions for recap. Number one, explain the objective of Simon Commission. Why did Indians strongly oppose and boycott it? Number two, why was the Lahore session of the Congress significant in India's freedom struggle? Number three, explain the reasons why Mahatma Gandhi undertake the Dandi March. Number four, why was the Government of India Act 1935 passed? What did it aim to achieve? Number five, explain how the Quit India movement weakened the foundations of the British rule in India. Number six, how did Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose contribute to India's freedom struggle? Number seven, analyze the key factors that led to the widening rift between the Indian National Congress and the Muslim League. And number eight, explain why both the Congress and the Muslim League rejected the cabinet mission plan. Thank you for watching and staying with Indrani's History channel, where history awakens mind and ignites change. If you found this lesson helpful, please like, share and subscribe my history channel.